Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to our Lunch and Learn. Today, we are excited because we're going to talk about recognition, and it is game on. Let me tell you what, if there's something me and Vanessa know, it's recognition for sure. Vanessa, what do you think?
It is recognition, Joe. I'm excited about today's call because I think that there are a lot of people out there that think they're good at this that maybe aren't so good. Or there
Mm-hmm.
are people out there that are like, I know I should recognize people and I should have a recognition program in place, but I
Yes.
just haven't gotten around to it. And as I say with everything, Joe, the first step is taking the first step, right? The
Yeah.
first step is actually putting something in place, and then you can up your game from there. But if you put something in place, you're way far ahead of where you are probably today. So,
Yeah.
hey,
And I thought
Natalie.
you said take the first step, and I'm like, yeah, lunch, right? No,
Yeah,
that wasn't the first
exactly.
step.
What are you all having
Okay.
for lunch? We don't even know. Natalie has joined us. Gail has joined us. Hey, Gail. You're really good at recognition, Gail. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe Natalie is too. And there are
Oh, yeah.
people that watch us that are engaged with us on a daily basis, Joe, that get it. They get it
Yeah.
and they get why it's important to have a recognition program in place. Hey, Yvonne,
Yep.
Laura.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, Joe, I think we should get started.
I
Nobody's
think so
sharing what they're
too.
having for lunch today. I haven't eaten. So let's get
What?
going.
I've eaten twice. Jeez. All right, let's do it.
There you go. All
Let's
right.
do.
So, what is recognition? Let's talk about what recognition is. And I know this seems really elementary for some of you out there watching, but here's the deal. There are a lot of people that don't even know what we're talking about. So, what
True.
is recognition? It is praise for a job well done. It is commendation for an achievement. It is appreciation for loyalty. Recognition is recognition, as in, I see you, I recognize you, I respect what you've done, I acknowledge what you've done, I'm aware of what you've done. These are the things that are so important for all of us, just human nature. You want someone to see you for not just who you are, but what you're bringing to the table, what you're contributing as well.
Absolutely. 100%. And I'm going to throw this out there. And this is only because of my past experiences, producing live events. Some people, they do not care about the commission check. They do not care about their paycheck. What they care about is their name in lights. Their name in lights and them being recognized is far more important than compensation. I know. Most of you on here are like, give me the check. You can keep my name off the billboard. I'm good. And that would be me as well. But there's nothing wrong with this. This is something that, a lot of people have built into them. The recognition component is a big deal. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
It is a big deal. And you're so right, Joe. It's so important. And we
Yep.
laugh all the time about what people will do for their name and lights, what they'll do for the t shirt versus what they do for the check, right? We laugh about that among ourselves, but it's
We do.
really, really important for people. And like Tammy just said, it's important that people feel seen, heard, and valued. And recognition will do this. That is so, so true, Tammy.
Absolutely.
Great point. All right. So everyone loves to be recognized and appreciated. That is a fact. So who should we recognize? Well, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things today, but we're talking about employees. We're talking about team members. If you're in direct sales or network marketing, your team members need recognition. And a lot of you sit there and say, the company takes care of that. No, they don't. They might have something in place, and I've worked for several network marketing companies. They might have something in place, but nothing is quite like getting the pat on the back from you, the person they know, the person they have the connection with, the person who introduced them to this opportunity that they're taking advantage of. So your recognition, your acknowledgement of them is just as important as what your company does. Sales reps, Joe, how many companies do you know that they have all kinds of sales reps and they've got a leaderboard, a daily leaderboard tracking who does what, but then to what end?
Yeah. Yeah. And leaderboards are a form of recognition. But
Yes.
in the end game, It's what somebody says about that leaderboard, about that person who's at the top, or just somebody being on the leaderboard and being recognized for that. And, Vanessa, you've heard me say this quite a few times. A behavior that's recognized is a behavior that will be repeated, meaning
Absolutely.
they're on the leaderboard. I recognize them for that. And all of a sudden, they're on the leaderboard again.
Yes.
Interesting
Yeah.
how that
How
works,
did
right?
that happen?
Yeah,
And then we've
exactly.
got business builders, achievers, record breakers, and loyal and dedicated people. All of those people are people that you want to recognize. So let's just stop a second and talk about employee recognition, Joe, because
Mm.
the very first thing that you can do in terms of employee recognition, and I'm happy to say we've finally implemented this for ourselves, which is awesome. But employee recognition, the welcome aboard card, the welcome aboard gift, something that says, hey, we're happy to have you here. Welcome
Mhm.
aboard. That is the first step in setting forth a great employee recognition plan.
I'm going to throw this out there. If you're having a problem with retention and employees and you have no recognition program, my promise is this: create the recognition program, start recognizing those employees, and watch that retention rate change.
Yes.
Because if you're not telling them that you love them and they're doing a great job, they have no clue. Not a
Right.
clue in the world. They're not going to get it through osmosis, folks. Okay. I'm just telling you, not going to happen. You actually have to open your mouth, use a system like we have, let people know how important they are to you. And truthfully, you put something in a box, a gift, you send them a mug and a certificate. You went so far out of your way to recognize them that they are just on cloud nine. I mean,
Yep.
this is it. This is how it works with employees for sure. I mean, it's a big deal.
So here's an example that you're seeing on screen. There's a card, then there's a card in brownie or a card in one of our gourmet food items. And then on the right, there is that certificate that Joe just talked about. Those are printed on really nice quality cardstock, and they make a great presentation in and of themselves. But we're going to show you how to enhance that presentation in just a little while. But those certificates are beautiful. And then you also see on screen that in this case, it's celebrating 5 years of loyalty
Mhm.
mug. Here at Mailbox Power, you can create a mug with literally anything on it that you want. So it could be 5 years of loyalty. They might have achieved a new milestone. Perhaps they were working on a big project and they finally accomplished and you guys launched it. Anything that recognizes that team member or the entire team as part of a bigger effort is going to be well received by your employees.
Yes, definitely. And by the way, never forget something. When you recognize one employee, the rest are looking, the rest are watching,
Yes.
the rest are learning what it takes to be recognized. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, check.
Check. The other thing is if you have a sales team, a lot of people have sales teams, whether you're in any kind of team that creates sales for you, for your company. Somebody that does that needs recognition on a daily basis. And a lot of people, Joe, I hear this from company owners all the time. Well, they get recognition in their paycheck. The more sales they make, the bigger the paycheck. Okay,
Mm-mm,
that's
mm-mm,
great. But as we
mm-mm.
said at the beginning of this call, people will do more for the pat on the back, for the t-shirt, for their name in lights than they will do even for the paycheck. The paycheck is great, but the paycheck is the reward they get for their work. It does not say, I see you and I see what you've done.
Absolutely. And sales teams are unique. There's something different about a sales team. There's something different about salespeople. We all know it, right? They're all a part of our company. But remember, these are the folks that deal with some negative energy, that get told no often. No, I'm not interested. No, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't want to buy your product.
Yeah.
And this is another way to, make sure you level that playing field for them and keep them, on the right path with you,
Yeah.
happy, recognized, they're doing the job. And really, like I said, sales can be a tough environment. It could be a fun environment as well. But recognizing your sales team, I mean, the sales teams as well, they get a bit boastful, right? I mean, if I just saying, if you've been around the sales teams, you know that some of them, would sport this coffee cup or this water bottle saying I was the number one last month. How about you? Or what did you sell last month? There's a whole lot of ribbing and stuff that goes on within the sales teams, and giving them something, that opportunity to, provide that kind of fun in a sales team and recognize somebody at the same time is a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. And the cool part of that is that you can make a big deal of anything. And that's the important thing. You can make a big deal of anything that's going on in your company, including this little mug you see on the left. Hi, my name is first name. Oh, let's talk about that merge field, Joe, because we can use it on. I just realized we haven't talked about that in this call. You can use the merge fields, and you're seeing that on the certificate and on the mug and in the card and on the water bottle. There are merge fields that we use for all of these things. And what that means is that information will be pulled from either the group that you send this to, or it's coming out of your contacts. So as long as you have their name in your contacts, it's coming out of your contacts if they're on the recipient list of the people you're sending to. So it's not like this takes a whole lot of time or energy for you. You're literally going to push a button. This is what I'd like to order. Here's who I want to send it to. Boom. We take care of the rest of it. You don't touch it. You don't touch it. You could touch it. You could have it all mailed to yourself and hand deliver it to people, or we can send it to them in the mail. And if you want to really surprise one of your employees or someone on your sales team or anybody that you're associated with, send something to them at their home address. Why? Because often they don't go around, well, salespeople might, but most people don't go around boasting at home about their accomplishments. But if something comes through the door and they open up that package and their spouse, kid, whoever is there, partner is there and says, wow, that's cool. You got a top salesperson thing for last month, or wow, you finished that project. That's really cool. That's cool that your company recognized you. That's another way to make them feel really, really honored for what they've done.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is super fun stuff. I mean, sales teams, if there's one group that needs recognition, I mean, this is the one that I would choose first. Well, hold on. Employees and then the sales team. But
there you go. There you go.
So, all right.
So I just want to point out on that water bottle, it says, my boss thinks I'm kind of a big deal. I think that's so fun. And who doesn't want to feel like a big deal to your boss?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Accomplishments. So we have things that go with things, as you can see on screen. We've got this is actually an example of one of our gigagrams, which is our large card. It's 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11, huge, big card that people get. Along with these are gourmet brownies, but we also have other gourmet food items that you could put the label on, including gluten-free items, including all kinds of yummy things in the back office where we have our gourmet food items. And then, of course, again, you're seeing that merge field on the mug and on the card and on the brownies in this case. So everything is going to feel very, very personal and like you went the extra mile to recognize someone for their accomplishments.
Yep, agreed. And this is simple, folks. Like she was saying, add to cart, select recipient, check out, and be done with your order.
Done.
Easy.
Yeah, you might like change the inside message on a card to make it appropriate for your company, but yeah, it's pretty easy. Here's another. I love this card. I think it's so beautiful. This is in our design store as well. This is really, really pretty card. Again, a congratulations personal. It's got the first and last name on there. It's got an important message on the inside. Success, the message on the inside. Success didn't happen overnight. Your dedication and hard work has really paid off. Congratulations. That's awesome. Who doesn't want to receive something like that? That's really, really cool.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, really pretty. So here's a welcome to the team card, and going back to welcome to new employees. This one happens to be for network marketing and direct sales, but this is, I'm so happy to have you on the team and look forward to collaborating with you to build your business. Please let me know when you receive this card and gift. And we'll set up a time to discuss your marketing, customer retention, and recognition needs in greater detail. That's just a card that goes out to welcome somebody to the team. This happens to be for direct sales, but you can modify that message for anybody.
Yeah, I love this. I love just, welcoming somebody to a team in this manner versus just a handshake. It's a
Yeah.
totally different game. And, send it to their home before they even show up for the first day of
Yes.
work. I mean, there's an
Yeah.
onboarding process. And
Yeah.
HR, if you're listening, you know what your process is, you know how long it takes, and you know where this fits. And all you got to do is just fit it in there. And by the way, it's a greeting card, right? This is not an expensive item that's going to kill your budget either. So,
No.
but it'll certainly help with retention. It'll certainly help with that new employee being welcomed properly and having the right frame of mind when they show up to know that, wow, they actually want me there.
Yes.
I passed all the tests and they
Yes.
still want me. Okay,
And they
got it.
still want me. And I just want to point out, Joe, on this one, although we are using the merge field on this, we are also using the custom envelope, which means that you get to put whatever design you want on that envelope. And let me tell you something, there's nothing more exciting than bringing in a stack of mail. You see all the bills in the plain white envelopes, and then you see something exciting like this. Guess what you're opening first?
Yeah, yeah, guaranteed.
Not the bills.
No.
All right.
No.
Here's another one for a sales team, another welcome aboard message or top sales recognition. Congratulations. And I want to point out again that certificate, this happens to be for a direct sales company. They have something called a star consultant. It's their first level in the company. And this is a certificate that they send out. The company sends things too, but this particular direct sales leader wanted to do that additional recognition for her team. So she created this certificate for that. So also on that welcome card, the entire back of it is, the entire background, that blue is, you can change it to your company colors. So that's pretty cool as well.
Yep, love it.
When we talk about these things and show you these cards, a lot of them are available in our design catalog as is, but you can change things on a lot of them. You can change colors to match your company colors. You can change the text on the inside. There's a lot of flexibility, even with something that you can find in the design catalog. You don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to do it all and reinvent the wheel for yourself. All right, here's another one. This is the one on the right is for a direct sales team. The one on the left is for a regular company. That is just a congratulations with the first and last name, again, using those merge fields. And what does that mean, Joe?
Merge fields. We need to use merge fields and understand them. Where it says first name, it places the recipient's first name or last name or whatever merge field you use. And again, all that really means is we're just trying to make it easy for you. We love it when you just add to cart, select your recipient, and check out. You don't have to type anybody's name. You don't have to do anything. We do it all for you. We personalize everything for you through merge fields. So, and it's a big deal because their name's going to be on the front of the card, right?
Yeah.
On the front of the card and inside and on the envelope and wherever else you want to put it.
It's a really big deal. And you can see on the one on the right, that's the back of the card you see down there at the bottom. So you could add your logo or your company information or whatever you want to the back of the card. You can add it anywhere in the card, but we recommend the back. As this is not about you, this is about the recipient.
Agreed.
So, again, let's talk about direct sales, Joe, because this is about rewarding the right behavior, right? So in direct sales in particular, we recognize people for rank advancements, but if you really want to fire people up right from the beginning, when they sponsor their first new customer or their first new business partner or host their first meeting or call or webinar or any of those things, that will get people fired up right in the beginning. Because you know what? People work in their regular jobs for years without getting a pat on the back. It happens all the time. So when they come over and join your direct sales or your network marketing business and they get a pat on the back right out of the chute for doing something as simple as hosting a meeting or a call, they get fired up. It releases those endorphins. They get really fired up about things. And if you want to set someone on fire on your team, Start recognizing the right behavior in the very beginning. And then the
Absolutely.
other things that you want to recognize are best personal or team volume, or if they want a contest or a challenge. Again, this is in addition to what the company does. Don't get lazy. Don't feel like, well, the company has that covered, so I don't need to do that. The ones that really get fired up are the ones that get support, not just from the company, but from their leadership as well.
Absolutely. If you understand recognition, you understand behaviors. Remember, some of those folks only work for recognition. And if you are
Mhm.
rewarding them by showing by telling them and showing them you did a great job with something in their mailbox, they're going to repeat it. They're going to do it again. And that's what
Yep.
counts.
So this is an example of one of our Mary Kay reps who they have a rank called Red Jacket. It's a rank advancement, or it's something that they accomplish in Mary Kay. Um, fairly, I think it's a fairly significant thing, obviously, based
Mhm.
on all these rewards that they've created for that. And the company does do something, but not to this extent. So this leader took it upon herself to create a certificate, a gigagram, which again is one of our large cards. The thing that you see on the right there is a book. It's a journal, and this says First Names Red Jacket Journey. So this is going to be personalized with their first name, and they can keep journaling. They can keep it as a notebook, whatever they want. You also see our gourmet popcorn there, our gourmet chocolate mints, and then our special box. You can create the box. You can put a note on the box. You can put recognition on the box, but the lid of that box is completely customizable. Again, putting the person's first name on every single thing you see on the screen here.
Absolutely love it.
Who's not going
Mary
to get
Kay.
fired up about that, right? You not
I
only
know.
accomplish it, but then you get huge accolades for doing it.
Heck yeah, I want a red jacket.
Seriously, it makes me so. Joe, this is such a cool card and water bottle.
You know, recognition is everywhere. And I'm just going to say this for those of you in the health and nutrition fitness kind of business. And I know there's a lot of you out there. Recognizing somebody for this type of an accomplishment, losing 25 pounds. Some of us look at that and go, wow, 25 pounds. Some are like, yeah, I lost 70 or 100 or whatever. But you know what? Here's the deal. If they lose 25 pounds, they're a poster child for you. And if you recognize them for that, they're going to keep going. And this is really simple. It's a greeting card. And of course, there's a water bottle there that says, I lost 25 pounds. Ask me how. There happens to be 5 of these that are in 25-pound increments. So 25, 50, 75, 100 are the increments. There are 4 of them. Sorry. And this one, it all relates to weight. So congratulations on losing 25 pounds, the same weight as 17 dozen donuts. And right now, folks, listen, the message on the inside of this is generic. I don't care what company you're with. It's not branded.
Yeah.
So you could go put the company name on here. You do whatever you want with it, but it's already done. Add to cart, select recipient, and check out, and it's over, right? And this is a great gift for that health and wellness space. For somebody who works so hard. I mean, gaining 25 pounds is pretty easy, but losing it, totally different
Mhm.
deal. And, it requires, some recognition.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. It's fun. So here we mentioned our certificates earlier, and I mentioned that there was a way to enhance that experience. We have a lot of certificates already pre-designed in the design catalog. But one of the things we probably haven't talked about, and I'm wondering why that, there we go, why we haven't talked about our laser engraved leather certificate holder. This is a beautiful way to really enhance that. Now, there are different degrees. You're sending a certificate. If they did something minor, the certificate might suffice, right? But if they
Mm.
did something major, if this is like an annual recognition or something like that, you want to present it in this beautiful laser engraved certificate holder. Again, using those merge fields or not, if you want to create them one at a time. You don't have to use the merge fields, but this can be engraved with their name. It could be engraved with the accomplishment. It could be engraved with whatever you want to put on that certificate holder. But what a great way to make a really great impression when you're presenting someone with this type of recognition.
Yeah, and what I really love about the certificate holder is the quality of it and the ease of use for somebody who receives a certificate. They receive the certificate, they're basically able to open that up, set it on a bookshelf, set it on a wherever they want, and it's done. It's displayed. Not only have they been recognized, but now they're able to share it with the world. I gotta tell you, if I was at a company and I received one of these, I'm putting that right behind my desk. I want everybody to see it. Like, hey,
Yes.
look, this is what I did. And
Yeah.
it just makes it easy. So if it fits your budget, add it for sure. Don't miss.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And like Joe said, if it fits your budget, it's a you got to do that. And here's another way to elevate your recognition game. And that is all of the things you see on screen. These are personalized gifts. It depends really what your company is all about, but you can see whether it's a card or a mug that, like we said, you can design with anything, or the journal that you could put anything on, or some of these laser engraved gifts that can have the first name, last name, or a saying engraved on them. And then the note on a box, as I mentioned earlier, on the left side of your screen there, you can put anything on that box. So you could literally have like welcome to the team, and put a few little things. We've got all kinds of little gifts in our catalog and bigger gifts, but we've got some cool things. So I want to tell you, to the left of that box is a phone charger. So one of our direct salespeople actually used that. And she was going to the annual convention for her company, and she actually used that charger, sent it to all of her leaders, the leaders on her team. I think it was like maybe a half a dozen people. She sent that phone charger to the leaders on her team with a special message on it so that they could take it to their convention. Because one of the things that always happens when you go to any kind of seminar or convention is people are running around with no juice in their phone because they're sitting there taking notes or taking pictures or whatever all day long. So it's a great way to do that. The other thing that I want to mention is right above that, you'll see the luggage tag. Again, fully customizable. Both sides of that luggage tag, fully customizable. If you're getting ready to take your team somewhere, whether it's on a company retreat or a team building exercise, or they won a trip somewhere, what a fantastic way to make sure that everybody is recognized with the luggage tag. So I'm actually getting ready to create some of these for a trip that I'm getting ready to go on with a bunch of people. And I want us all to, at least it's easy for us all to find suitcases if it all has the same tag or a similar tag. So what I'm going to do is put the sort of the logo for the group on one side, and then the person's name on the back of it.
And you do it right, and everybody who handles that bag will get a snicker out of it.
Exactly.
I've been stopped by the gate agents. I'm like, where did you get this? And I'm like, oh, my company makes them. Here's a card. You call me. Yeah.
Well, Joe, it's so true. And let me tell you, somebody gave me long before, can't even tell you, probably 8 years ago, somebody created a luggage tag for me that had my picture on one side and a quote, something I'd said during a call on the other side,
Mhm.
right? So it was my picture on one side, a quote that I had said on the other side of the luggage tag. It's still on my luggage to this day. And the cool thing about that is it actually helped me when a bag of mine got lost, and the people were saying, okay, what does your bag look like? And I was like, black, like
Black.
it's a black suitcase like everybody's, right? So that
With
was
a pink
before I
shoelace
like
tied
broke
to
out.
it.
But I was like, no, it's a black suitcase like everybody else's, but it has my picture on it. And they were
There you
like,
go.
oh, we'll be able to find that very easily. And they were able to find it and deliver it to my hotel that night. So it helps, that personalization and that little recognition, and the fact that they could just go and look for that was super helpful.
Love it, love it, love it, folks. If you're watching this and you know somebody in HR or somebody that's running a sales team or somebody that needs this, share it up for sure. This is cool stuff.
So, recognition, again, just to recap, it starts with the very, very first thing. If your company does not have a recognition plan in place, if you're in direct sales and you're not recognizing team members, if you don't have anything in place right now, start small, start at the bottom, start with the people that are coming in today, start small with the welcome messages or the recognition, but make sure that you're consistent and you do it evenly. I was sharing a story with Joe earlier today where my 5-year anniversary with a company went by, and there was like, oh, thanks, thank you. I think maybe someone acknowledged it, but it wasn't a big deal. My 6-year went by, and there was like this big crystal recognition, like this beautiful thing to recognizing my 6-year anniversary. And then 10 came along and there was absolutely nothing. And I just thought, okay, like it was really nice and I felt great on 6, but not so great on 5 and not so great on 10. And so just be consistent with your recognition. That's all I'm saying is that when you do implement something, make it something that everybody gets in terms of if they achieve that certain thing, then they get the recognition. Don't drop the ball on that. And that's the beautiful thing about Mailbox Power is the fact that you can automate so much of this. And with the use of merge fields and our image auto merge that grabs pictures for you and puts it on things. And we have so much cool technology and so many cool things in place to save you so much time. Yes, you're going to spend a little bit of time on the front end setting it up, or you could pay someone to do that for you. But the fact of the matter is, once you have that in place, you've got it forever. You have that recognition in place, and everybody feels like, oh, wow, I am special, but it didn't cost you a ton of time or money or energy.
That's exactly right. And we use the word automation. We throw it around often. That automation is how all this happens in our system. And the consistency game is everything when it comes to recognition within a company or within a sales team or anywhere, because nobody wants to feel like they're somebody's getting treated better than me.
Right.
Everybody should be the same. But that automation really means that you are being consistent, that what you're
Yes.
sending to one is being sent to another. And
Yes.
of course, setting up 5 or 10 automations is not that big a deal, folks. We're here to help you. We literally, want to, not only help you, but there are plenty of existing options and automations that are ready to go for you. Just plug and
Yeah.
play and get going. But anyway, just wanted to say, reiterate, what Vanessa said. Stay consistent with your recognition, because no matter
Yes.
what, everybody else is looking. It's not just the
Yeah.
person who received it. Everybody else is watching.
Yes. Yes. And I've had people say, well, why did they get that on her team and not on my team and that kind of thing? So people are watching, people are aware, people want to feel special. Don't ever underestimate that. We had a comment on there, dropping the ball is my downfall. You know what? I'm sorry, I can't see your name. It says Facebook user on our side of this because you haven't registered with StreamYard yet. But dropping the ball is a lot of people's downfall. Don't feel bad about it, but pick it up now and implement something for recognition. Maybe you're just going to start by recognizing every employee and their anniversary this year that you've never done before. And that starts with collecting those anniversaries. And you can do that so easily with Mailbox Power by just sending them that I need your mailbox link.
Yep.
Again, utilizing the automation that we have in place to save yourself time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so surprising we didn't put birthdays in here. It is a form of recognition to recognize someone on their
Yes.
birthday. And that is probably the lowest hanging fruit and the most cost-effective way you could possibly recognize an employee. But again, a company recognizing somebody on their birthday, that's a big deal as well. Just do
It
it.
is.
It's the easiest way to get started. So anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Nothing to lose and everything to gain, folks. Pick up the recognition game
So
and get to it.
so true. Okay, we want to invite you if you are not aware, we have these lunch and learns posted on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/mailbox power. You can watch this or any other lunch and learn that we've done. And otherwise, we love to read your comments. We love to see what's going on afterwards. So we will check back in on this video and see what your comments have been and bring you new and insightful information next week.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time. We know it's your most valuable asset. We're thankful for you as a Mailbox Power customer. If you're not, we welcome you with open arms. And please check us out on YouTube. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.